Sweet, so what I did is I made a template, and you can kind of tell it came out megapixely. That's mainly because I traced it via paint and then enlarged it on Publisher. I'm going to link this down below if you guys want to use it. So it took me 3 different tries to figure out what mask I want to do. I'm doing the one on the left. I'm going to cut straight down it, add a little bit of a curve and a little bit around the jawline, just so that it fits my face better. I'm taking this template and a white eyeliner pen, and I'm going to trace that onto 3mm EVA foam. The white just shows up better and makes it easier to cut out. We're cutting 2 of them too. That's what my fingers are doing. Once these are cut out, we want to stick them together. Now you can use hot glue if you want to, but I'm going to use contact cement. The brand I'm using is A+F2, as you saw below. Pretty much what you want to do is you want to put a little bit along both sides, like that curved bit, give it a minute, let it chill, and then once it gets tacky, you'll be able to stick it together. Once this is put together, you're all sweet to go, but you'll probably want to double check the fit. I had to go back a couple times, cut pieces away and re-glue it, just to make sure that it was fitting good. So our forehead piece, I'm going to cut 2 pieces out of EVA foam. I know I say 4, but 2's good. 2's good. And once again, we need to glue those 2 pieces onto our EVA foam, once again using contact cement. So while that dries, I'm going to cut out this mouthpiece. You can see from my template that I just cut out the mouth. What we're going to do is we're going to trace around this onto our mask and then cut that out. I accidentally jumped ahead a little bit, but basically I cut out this mouthpiece by tracing the inside of that and adding a little bit of a seam allowance. You can also see that I have scored the insides of them. Basically when you hit that with heat, that opens it up, and I think that will create an interesting effect. You can see this working right here. 6, we're going to glue the back of the mask and then the front of that mouthpiece and just pretty much push them in like that. It's pretty straightforward, I have faith. Your forehead piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to smash it with some heat, and then we're just going to use our hands to mold it into place. I use both the mask and my actual face to help get the right shape. Then once you feel you're good, just trace around where you want it to be on the mask, put glue on both sides and it together. Also marking out, using my forehead template piece, where I want that beveled edge to be. I think beveled's the right word, but please don't quote me on that. So we're pretty much doing the exact same thing with the cheek piece. I've also cut off the edge of it and I'm going to push that in. I think it just gives it a nicer shape. With our cheek pieces cut out, we're going to do the same for what we did with the forehead piece and glue them on. Next we're going to work with the Dremel. So you might be at this point thinking, this mask looks horrible, but the Dremel really adds the finer details to it and makes it look like this compared to what it did before. So we're just going to go back in, take away some more around the forehead piece, and obviously hit up the ears. And because we're working with EVA foam, you want to make sure that you heat seal it, and this is just smashing it with your heat gun and it closes all of those cells. It means that the primer sits better and the paint sits better. It's better. And once you've done that, Podge. That's what I'm using for a primer. You can use gesso, you can use Plasti Dip, whatever tickles your fancy. I also ended up putting a little bit of plaster of Paris over my seams, just to make it look neater. Honestly, don't do it, use something more flexible because it just cracks. And after multiple layers of Mod Podge, I painted it white. This was just so that I could see any of the imperfections, and I decided to roll with it and not fix anything up because it will do. It's not perfect, but that's fine. After a bit of shading and a sprinkling of red details, we're done! I know the mask isn't perfect, but hopefully you can take things away from my mistakes and create your own.